Welcome to Bike Review Pro, the channel where we explore iconic machines that have shaped the world of motorcycles. Today, we're diving deep into a piece of motorcycle history that helped set the foundation for one of the most legendary brands in the world, Harley-Davidson. We're talking about the Harley-Davidson Model R, a motorcycle born in a turbulent era, but one that paved the way for engineering innovation and design refinement in the early 20th century. The historical context: America in the 1930s. To understand the significance of the Harley-Davidson Model R, we need to step back in time to the early 1930s. The United States, like much of the world, was in the grip of the Great Depression. The economy was collapsing, businesses were failing, and even the motorcycle industry, a relatively young sector, was struggling to survive. It was during this economically difficult time that Harley-Davidson introduced the Model R, a motorcycle designed to appeal to riders looking for a reliable and affordable machine. Harley-Davidson was facing intense competition from rivals like Indian Motorcycles and Excelsior Henderson. The company knew it had to innovate not just to survive, but to retain its edge in a shrinking market. The Model R, introduced in 1932, was Harley's answer to these challenges. Introducing the Harley-Davidson Model R. The Harley-Davidson Model R was a completely new design for the company, diverging from their larger V-twin models. It featured a single-cylinder, four-stroke engine, which was smaller and lighter than the big twins but still provided dependable performance. The 1932 Model R came in two engine sizes, 30.50 cubic inches, 500 cc, and 45 cubic inches, 750 cc, offering options for different types of riders. The Model R was Harley-Davidson's attempt to modernize its product line and appeal to a broader customer base, especially those who needed a more economical and accessible motorcycle. This new model wasn't just about affordability, it was also about refinement. The engine was smoother, quieter, and more efficient than many of Harley's earlier efforts. Engineering and design: simplicity meets innovation. The Model R was powered by a side-valve engine, a design that Harley-Davidson would go on to use for many decades. This engine was simple, robust, and easy to maintain, perfect for riders who needed their bike to work without constant attention. It produced about 12 horsepower, which might not sound like much today, but in the 1930s, it was respectable for a single-cylinder machine. It featured a 3-speed hand-shift transmission paired with a foot clutch, a setup typical of the era. This combination gave riders a bit more control and versatility, especially on varying road surfaces, which were often dirt or gravel at the time. The Model R also came with balloon tires, which improved ride comfort by absorbing bumps and vibrations. Another standout feature was the dry sump lubrication system. Unlike total loss oiling systems used in earlier motorcycles, the dry sump design recirculated oil, making the engine cleaner and more efficient. The Model R was also equipped with a chain-driven primary drive, which was more reliable and required less maintenance than the older leather belt drives. Model variants: R, RL, and RLD. The Model R wasn't a one-size-fits-all machine. Harley-Davidson offered several variants to cater to different rider needs. The base Model R was the entry-level version. The Model RL was the mid-range variant, while the RLD represented the high-performance version. The RLD featured higher compression ratios and improved performance, making it the preferred choice for sportier riders or those who wanted more power without stepping up to a big twin. These variants allowed Harley to diversify its offerings and make the most of its single-cylinder platform. Performance and riding experience. On the road, the Harley-Davidson Model R was known for its smooth ride, solid handling, and quiet engine operation. It wasn't built for speed, but for reliability and comfort. The bike could reach top speeds of around 60 miles per hour, which was more than enough for the roads of the time. Riders appreciated the Model R for its lightweight frame, which made it easier to maneuver, especially in city riding or tight corners. With its Springer front suspension and wide tires, it offered a more forgiving ride than many of its competitors. Overall, it was a motorcycle that struck a balance between functionality, affordability, and Harley's signature rugged style. The Model R's legacy: a stepping stone for Harley-Davidson. While the Model R itself didn't become a bestseller, it laid the groundwork for future Harley-Davidson innovations. It demonstrated the company's ability to diversify its lineup and adapt to changing market demands. The engineering lessons learned from the Model R's development would go on to influence Harley's V-twin models and later single-cylinder designs. Moreover, it helped Harley-Davidson survive one of the toughest economic periods in American history. At a time when many companies folded, Harley kept its doors open, thanks in part to practical models like the R that appealed to a wide range of riders. Collectability and restoration today. Today, the Harley-Davidson Model R is a rare and highly collectible piece of motorcycling history. Its relative obscurity compared to big twins like the Knucklehead or Panhead makes it even more desirable to vintage bike enthusiasts and collectors. Restoring a Model R can be a challenge due to the scarcity of original parts, but for those lucky enough to own one, it's a rewarding project. Many restored models are seen at classic motorcycle shows, museums, and private collections, serving as a tribute to the ingenuity of early 20th century engineering. Final thoughts: more than just a motorcycle. The Harley-Davidson Model R might not be as famous as other models in the company's lineup, but its importance can't be overstated. It was a symbol of resilience, innovation, and adaptability during one of America's most difficult decades. With its simple yet clever design, it made motorcycling more accessible and helped Harley-Davidson maintain its place in a competitive market. Whether you're a collector, a motorcycle historian, or just a Harley fan, the Model R deserves a spot in your knowledge bank. It's a bike that speaks not just to Harley's legacy, but to the spirit of motorcycling itself. Riding through hard times with grit and style. Outro. Thanks for watching Bike Review Pro. Thanks for joining us on this ride through history with the Harley-Davidson Model R. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a classic machine, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss future videos from Bike Review Pro. Let us know in the comments what other vintage motorcycles you'd like us to cover next. Until then, ride safe and keep the rubber side down.